back, you guys, to JLerone Presents, where we talk about the facts, foolishness, and black female effery. Today's video, we're looking at Corey Holcomb, where he goes in on Stephen A. Smith. Monica McNutt came on to ESPN First Take, and they had a pretty good back and forth. It all circulates around the Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, share. It helps the channel grow. All right, and let's go ahead and get into it. Fair use, fair use.
Just before I go into this, I want to say something about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is ESPN's main boy.
It's frozen.
And he's paid a lot of money to speak the voice of the Caucasian folks who run ESPN. Long story short, they try to make the story of this young lady, Caitlin Clark, a story that is compelling for the masses to hear. Like, they want you to be on Caitlin Clark's side. And I'm not saying Caitlin Clark has done anything wrong. Caitlin Clark is a Caucasian female basketball player who plays for the Indiana team in the WNBA, and she's a good player. But because she's Caucasian, she's given a lot more than the nigga bitches that have been given everything they had in this league. And I just want to say this because it is my opinion people don't like to say this. When you're Caucasian and you can play, you're going to get more than the black people. When you're Caucasian and you can play, you will be considered the greatest ever. They make the people on ESPN say Tom Brady is the greatest to ever play. Here's a Caucasian male who played in the NFL, and I could name 10 NFL players. You don't even want to try and say, oh, Tom Brady was better than him. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady was a great player, no doubt. But it's like you do too much. And now you're trying to do too much with this one girl where when she gets fouled hard, it's the end of the world.
What did he?
They act like it's the end of the world. Oh, they fouled her hard.
What did he say in particular? What did he do?
He always takes up for the establishment.
And what did he say? Cause I'm out of it. But I've seen a lot of stories about these two girls. So
he takes up for the establishment, and what happened was he was into this debate with a young lady that's, as he said, he allows on his show. Her name is Monica McNutt.
Oh, his.
It's a great name.
That's her name, Monica McNutt.
What happened when you hit it? Nah, I ain't gonna say it.
I don't know. I don't know if she is into guys or whatever. But with the makeup on, she hittable. Without the makeup on, you got to take her to Olive Garden. But her and Stephen A. got into it, and she really put him on blast.
Talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, so let me, I know we got to go to break. Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A., and how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest
How about being a black man?
Being black. Hold on 1 second.
Have you?
So this is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break. And we didn't necessarily go there, and maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. When you no. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are gonna say you know, and Stephen A., I know you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we gotta go. You guys.
So did you
You
say
know
that
you're
to the
my
show?
guy, but
Who does more than
Stephen
us?
A., I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the
Oh, my
power that
Lord.
you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
it's
All right, let's.
I got it.
You're my guy, but
I
I'm
got
talking
it.
to you.
I got it.
Guys, I really
you missed,
appreciate
you're my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take. You missed a lot.
Stephen A.,
Guys.
3 years
I'll
ago,
leave
you
it
would
at
not
that.
talk about the
Go
W
ahead,
at this
Mama.
level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Come on now.
Nobody was, Monica.
Guys,
You making
hey,
Stephen A's point,
hey.
Monica.
But the point I just want to drive is this. Stephen A. Smith will not admit that you are the company man. You're the company man. You're a boy. And everybody who comes on your show, and I'm talking about athletes with superhero strength, they can't really check you like they want to because you're the head boy at ESPN. And if you say anything different, you're talking around the facts.
Now, Corey, you know he's real sensitive.
I know he's real sensitive.
He's going to get mad when he hears this. You know that, right?
And I can't do
He's
nothing
real
about it.
sensitive.
Somebody has to tell the truth. You are not some good person. You are a boy for ESPN. And I remember one day when you spoke out about women, you said something about, well, if they don't watch what they doing, you said something. They suspended you,
they
boy.
scared him.
And ever since that, you've been a good boy. Ever since you got back. So Stephen A. Smith, everybody who smiled with you because you're the head boy at ESPN, if it makes you feel better to live that life, then live that life. But Corey Holcomb, 5150, am here to remind you once again, you a boy. And not many people like your ass. They smile with you. Anybody who's smiling with you, Stephen A., you should be offended by that. Because they being phony with you. Yuck, 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 yuck. Just like me. Every time I smile with bitches, I be like, God damn it, I shouldn't have did that. Knowing I can't stand a bitch. But I do what I have to do to be able to wash up after I'm through.
But hey, yo, that was that, man. Stephen A. be getting a lot of, they be going in on Stephen A. That's all I gotta say, man. But like he was saying, like oh girl McNutt, the girl McNutt, whatever she was saying about how Stephen A. could have talked more about the WNBA. But to be honest with you, what good would have it had done for him to talk about the NBA more earlier on? Because the WNBA hasn't been getting a lot of traction. So there really wasn't much to talk about, really, up until recently. But, the past few years, you go back 5, 10, 15 years, there's really hasn't been a lot to talk about in the WNBA. So I understand what she's saying, but then again, the women have to do more, especially these women that are in sports, that are these sports reporters, you know what I'm saying? They need to do more and go and see the WNBA and do their reporting from the sidelines. All of these women that are in sports, all they're doing is going to the men's games and reporting there. They're not bringing enough light to the WNBA because all they want to do is go and talk about the men. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your Molly Querim and the other girl, the Andrews girl, whatever her name is, the one that be hating on black men. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, that's all they do is go to the NBA side. They rarely, it's not a lot of them who report on the WNBA. So for her to say that Stephen A. Smith could have talked about the WNBA a lot sooner, yeah, he could have, but what good would it have done? You know what I mean? It's just like now the WNBA is getting a lot of traction because of Caitlin Clark and the past couple of years when she played in the NCAA with her and Angel Reese, them two going back and forth. But again, what's happening now? Caitlin Clark team, Indiana, they're not winning. Caitlin Clark is what? The last couple of games she scored like 3 points. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the women have to do more to, I guess, bring more light to the WNBA. It ain't them, you know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith, just by him reporting on it, ain't going to bring that bit much light to the WNBA. So, but it was funny just to hear them go back and forth and to hear how people are talking about it. But you guys, go ahead, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. It's your boy JLerone with JLerone Presents. You guys, please be good to yourself by all means. Let's be good to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.